Good morning, traders. Mimi, Bob Peterson, top. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. Who loves lunatic? It is Friday. Let's see how it goes. They've been awful lately. Maybe we'll get blessed again today. Let's see. Let's let them get piled in here. We still got a few minutes to go. Good morning, Higher Ground. Bob Smith. I don't know, Bob. It kind of been slowly crawling, I guess you could say. Pulls back, jumps up again. Not a whole lot of volume on it. It is in the slow crawlers, though. That's a good thing. Good morning, Gregster. About 30 seconds to go. Let's hope we light up the board here. Make sure your TIF is on EXT. Make sure your volume spike is on 0. And away we go. That one's moving pennies. Good morning, James, Jay. Glad you could make it. If you're new here, we're watching this column. We're watching numbers grow. When the numbers grow, they're either going up or down. Looks like retro didn't hang in there, or reto, whatever it's called. It dropped right off. Watching the numbers, that's all we do. The stocks come to us. We wait for them to start moving. Good morning, David. We know the penny stocks have been hot. They've been hot for a couple weeks. I want a money play. Of course, those are money plays for the penny stock people. If you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough about 6:15, 6:20. Right now, we're watching numbers grow. Let's go see what the SPY's doing. It must be coming down. Oh, it's kind of hanging in there. We'll see. Good morning, XT. It's looking pretty quiet. There's one moving pennies. I'm already on it, Tamimi. I'm delayed. I'm already clicked it when you tell me. That's why I don't like anybody trading off my screen. Get your setup going. 5 minutes could mean a whole green candle. Or 5 seconds. That one went red. That one rose a little earlier during the week. Maybe it's going to have another rise here. Good morning, Alfredo. Good morning. AMC on the move. They were at 18 something yesterday. They lost about $4. Which one's going to take off? That's what we're waiting on. Watching the numbers. If they're rising in green, they're going up. If it's rising in red, they're going down. If you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough in a few minutes. Let's get past this market open. Let's let it die down a little bit. So far, everything that's moved is moving in just pennies, 58 to 60 cents to 62, 63. I need a money play. I know you do too. Please give us some nickels and dimes over here. 50 cents would be a good blessing. We're catching them at the bottom this morning, the real bottom. I don't like to see that. The ETR was a play earlier during the week. It seems to be back on the board this morning, making these little crawls. Good morning, Chuck. We got a green arrow. Let's see where it goes. It's not looking too strong. We do have volume. Let's see what happens. I don't like that it's moving pennies. That don't make me want to click the mouse. I think we're slowing down. Let's see what happens. I was hoping for that 6 o'clock news. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I also write ThinkScript code, and I've wrote several scripts that are very profitable. This is my volume spike indicator. It watches the market for any movement in a stock, whether it be up or down, and it notifies you immediately. It'll jump up here on the board. This is our pre-market scan. It's scanning the entire pre-market. Even if something down below the list here starts moving, it's going to pop up here to the top. So we don't have to go searching. We just wait on these numbers to jump up. Over here, I coded a pullback strategy system, and it's based on several factors. This is the 8 moving average. This is the 21. When this spike takes off on the left, we wait for a crossover and a green arrow. We also check the volume, make sure the stock has plenty of volume, and that'll be known. There'll be an indicator pop up over here that says buyers or sellers. Right now it says sellers. That means it's coming down. Up here we have an alert that says bullish or bearish, and it monitors the current candle. If there's a volume spike in that candle, it's going to show up bullish here. So to make it all simple, we wait for a stock to pop up here. We click on it. We check the volume, make sure it has nice volume. We wait for a crossover and a green arrow, and we wait for a green bullish and a green buyers. If everything is in play, then we make our decision to buy. It's that simple. We don't go searching for stocks. They're going to come to us. We can base how strong they are by the percentage numbers here. And it's been proving itself to us. I don't have to prove it to you. If you sit here and watch it, you'll know. If you're not a member of our Discord channel or our YouTube channel, I'll post the links in there. First one's going to be the YouTube channel. We'd love to have you on board. Please subscribe. Watch all of the videos till you sick of watching them. Let me get the Discord link for you. This is our Discord link. There's about 400 people over there now. Go join us. We're one big family. We're all helping each other. If you need support on getting set up, there's a support channel on Discord. Just leave us a message. Somebody will help you out. And thank you for joining us this morning. Tamimi, you have to accept the disclaimer to see the rooms. I had to put some steps of protection in there. Greg, all you have to do is pull up that scan in the scan tab, and you'll see the settings right there. Good morning, Parabolic. If you don't have the slow crawler scan, go over to the current setup in Discord. No, I think it's over in TOS scans, right below it. You can load it right up. Everything I do is viewable on your own computer. You just have to go look, see how the scans, what the criteria is. If it's a script, you can click the little pencil and edit studies right by the time frame. You can review the code. My opinion, that shouldn't be important. Only what should be important is that it's working. If I ever make changes, I notify everybody. Good morning, Gigi. We got a few of them here, but they're not moving. We need these numbers to grow. Good morning, Jeff. I just did. To Mimi, it's right above you. I don't know about pinning it, though. I don't think it's going to give me that option. I can look. Yep, it did. I'll pin them. Thank you for the help. But I can only pin one of them. I think I'd rather pin them to YouTube. That's where I need them. They'll find Discord after that. Thank you for that help. You haven't watched the YouTube videos and you're new, you really need to watch them over and over and over. Make that stuff sink into your brain. Watch some of the live streams. Watch how this system works. The more you know, the more you make. Nothing promising yet, but we may get blessed today. I know the Lord's looking down on us. We're traders. We need lots of prayer. Watching the numbers rise. Or maybe this morning I should say waiting on some numbers so we can watch them rise. Old Thumb, I know the feeling. When you get comfortable, you'll know. You'll look back and say, man, I should have bought all those green arrows, just like everybody else. I still say it to myself when I look up there and see that I was talking and not watching. I think this is one of the easiest ways to trade. I've taken a lot of work out of it, but it's up to you to learn. It's not that hard to learn. All we do is watch numbers rise. Look for that crossover in those arrows and those green indicators to pop up. Once they're strong, it takes off. Slow morning, typical Friday. Patience is key. If something's going to move, we will know immediately. I call this refill the coffee cup time. If you can't get into your Discord this morning, you need to go to disclaimer and accept the disclaimer. It'll turn the channels back on. I'm watching other scans as well that you can't see. They're pretty much dead as well. I'm covering all the bases. If I click on a stock on the scans you can't see, it's going to pop up there on the chart. Good morning, Carlos. Glad you could join us. If you're new here, my next walkthrough will be about 6:45. I'll explain how it works. It's easy. Right now, it's pretty dead. We have a black screen. Yeah, they tend to mess things up when they open their mouth. That's how that goes. I don't think they're very truthful, in my opinion. I think they're doing the dirty deeds on us. Good morning, Back Road. I stay cash every day. When I'm not trading, I'm all cash. I'm not going to leave it in there for them to take it back. That's not how it goes. Nothing moving yet this morning. We had a hopeful or two. That was about it. They turned right around. You got that right, Mr. Smith. Actually, I think they ought to just stay out of the market. Yeah, I know there's other factors in play, but in my opinion, it's between the buyers and sellers. It shouldn't be anything to do with the government. If we want to buy something, that should not affect price. That's kind of like IBM is down today and the whole market drops. I never understood that part. The other companies didn't have the problem IBM had. Why are they all down? Or Microsoft drops, or Amazon drops, or Tesla drops and brings the whole market down. I think only the companies that drop should be affected, not the whole market. There's something crooked there, I think. I agree, Greg. I mean, they keep raising the interest rates and raising the interest rates and raising the interest rates. Then they start hollering, the housing market's going to crash. Well, they created the crash by raising the interest rates. Never understood the gasoline prices. Demand is low, so we're going to raise the price to make up our loss. Then demand is high. We're going to raise the price because we have a higher demand. What's up with that? I don't know why they don't consider gas prices scalping. I can't charge my customers more if I want more money. That ain't the way it works. They can do it, but we can't. Just like they say, there's two sets of rules, one for them and one for us. I think they create the problem themselves as a way to make us pay more. But thing moving, guys. I'm going to do a walkthrough here for those who are new. I am Ricky Gaspard. I am an investor that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I am also a ThinkorSwim coder. I write my own think scripts, my own programs. I created this volume spike indicator about 4 months ago, and it's been a blessing. All we do is watch these numbers. If the stock is rising, it'll immediately pop up with a green bullish signal. We watch to see that the percentages are rising or falling if you're shorter. It works in both directions. Once we find a stock we like, we go over here, and I created this pullback strategy. This is the 8 moving average. The blue one is the 21. We wait for a crossover like this. We check our volume. If the volume is growing good, that's a good sign. We wait for buyers are outnumbering the sellers. Right now, the sellers are outnumbering the buyers. Up here, I have an indicator that says bullish or bearish, and it's monitoring the first candle, the first active candle as it pops up. If there's a volume spike in this candle, it's going to show green and bullish up here. So to put it all together, we watch for numbers to rise here. If we like it, we go over here and we look at the volume. If it's got good volume, we wait on the crossover, verify the arrow, and see green up here, and there's those buyers I was talking about. So we're looking for green, green, a crossover, and green, and lots of volume, and then we make our decision to enter or not. It gets real easy once you learn it. It's only 5 or 6 steps, but they end up coming natural to you. I highly encourage you to watch all of the videos. If you haven't watched the videos, please do watch them over and over and over until this sinks in. It's kind of like watching a movie twice. You catch parts you didn't see the first time. The more you learn, the better you'll get, the more money you make. It's been a blessing. The investors are piling in. Join our YouTube channel, subscribe. We are a subscriber-based company. I never charge anything. Everything is free. I'm paying it forward. I like helping people. That's why I'm doing this. Now we just need some green over here. It's Friday. When you load these scripts, you're going to get everything up here that you see in this chart window with one installation. It's going to put the bid, the ask, and the spread. It's going to put the bullish or bearish. It's going to put the moving averages and the arrows. It's a one-click install. The other one is a shared item as well, and it'll load this volume label for you. I made it simpler. Fridays are typically slow days. We're waiting on green bullish. That's what we're waiting on. That one barely moved bullish, and you can barely see a candle. Down here we have the slow crawler scan. It's a good one. You can watch it all day long. It watches for crossovers of the moving averages. It's monitoring the price. It's searching them out all day long for you. But I can give you the best indicator ever built, but I can't move the market. That's out of my control. But if it moves, it'll move right here. Anything breathing will pop up right here. That one came off the all stock scan. I'm not using it this morning. One of y'all may want to pull it up. It was pretty quick though. I don't think there was any way to get in that. This is what we like to see though. We like to see that crossover and those arrows kick in. We like to see them buyers. I'm pretty sure we had some volume spikes on those two candles. So that bullish probably popped up right here. Thank you, Carlos. My pleasure. Get quite a few comments about, man, I gave up trading until I came across your YouTube channel, and now I'm back trading. Thank you so much. That brings tears to my eyes. It makes me know I'm doing something right. Yeah, Mr. Peterson, I think things have been going in reverse lately. They get bad news and lawsuits and their stock price goes up. That's kind of like government stuff, isn't it? It's like, okay, let's blame it on HE. When the stock falls, every government official buys it. Bad news is not necessarily bad news anymore. There's two sets of rules. Thank you, Jay. That's like MULN. They put out a statement for market manipulation and the stock almost goes up 50%. I'm going to start playing bad news, I think. I did make a good profit off of Ford back in the 80s when the housing market crashed. Their stock was like $13 a share. And along with all the other banks and stuff, Ford announced that they may have to file bankruptcy. And their stock dropped all the way to $1.50. And I looked at the wife and I said, you know what? I need to buy as much of this as I can. So I did, and within a month it was back to $13. They never did file the bankruptcy. My delay's fluctuating. Don't trade off of my screen. I'm telling you, it could cost you money. I'm watching them move. I'm clicking on them, but you don't see them until YouTube lets you. Keep that in mind. It's only moving pennies. Always watch this price over here. This is only like 7 or 8 cents. It's not a big gainer. I'm happy to see that you guys are on them. You're calling them out just as fast as I'm clicking on them. That tells me it's working for you. You did your homework. You watched the videos. That's what everybody needs to do. Good morning, Casey. Other penny stock on the move. That's how easy it is right there. You wait for the crossover, you check the volume. When the stock starts spiking up, it'll throw some green arrows. This one's quite slow, but it's still going up. A very good indication is these two lines. When they turn due north like that, that's power. I want to see some separation get wider between the lines. The wider it gets, the stronger the rise. That's a very important thing to learn is about these two lines. It'll keep you in there. It's telling you, look how strong it is. Look at the separation. Look at the degree of the angle. Over here you can see they weren't so steep, so it just crawled. But when they turn due north like that, it's a money maker. And you can see they did that way down here. So look for steep angles. You want to see that thing take off. You want to watch the volume. There's that bullish signal popping in and out. Just don't try to time the top. Get your profit and get out. Get your piece in the middle. Don't try to call the bottom or the top. Just get in on the run and get out when you think it's done. I say don't wait on the red arrow. You could lose money. But if you're late getting out, it's going to let you know. It's going to throw a red arrow up there. You can see the separation here. The lines are spreading apart. When this 8 moving average starts rolling over, it's pretty much going to be done. Not 100%, but usually that's what happens. Too bad that wasn't a $5 stock moving 50 cents at a time. That would have been a good Friday. But that's exactly what you want to see, is what you see up there on the chart. You see the bullish, that's that candle. You see the buyers, you see the steep angle of the moving averages, you see the arrows. And it all started over here with the little percent spike. We catch them early, or we try to anyway. CS, you join our Discord. And over in Discord, we have numerous channels set up. If you go to current setup, everything is right there for you. Let me get the Discord link for you. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Do me a favor, watch the little commercials. That's the only money I make, and it's not very much. That's the Discord link. Make sure you accept the disclaimer, or you're not going to see any rooms. See, that was a nice run for a penny stock. They didn't just sell off on you. You got plenty of time to get out if you're up in here. Usually when they're being pumped up like this, the short sellers stay away. The short sellers waiting on the top so they can short it. I don't know if they can short this stock, but that's what they do. See how beautiful that is? Oh, because it started right here. Them penny stock people, they've had a good week. That's pretty much most of the stocks for this week were penny stocks. We probably had 4 or 5 of these during the week. This one's still going. It's trying to convert me into buying penny stocks. It isn't going to work. I mean, it's pretty and all, but from 39 cents to 43, that's not convincing enough for me to start buying them. Yes, sir. Do not chase green arrows. You can buy, I like to say on the higher price stocks, you'll see pullbacks. And we have those sometimes. I do an explanation of them. They'll rise up, they'll pull back, they'll reload and shoot again. That's my best way to trade. I don't chase green ones. I wait for that pullback. I throw a line on the chart. If it takes off, I get in. Usually the second run is the greater run. When they first take off, they'll go about that far and then they'll pause. And then other investors will see that stock's starting to move. So it'll pull back and then the other people find it and it really shoots up. That's what this strategy does. It's going to line it out for you pretty much. It'll throw them red candles. What I like to do is I like to throw a line at the high, and then I'll mark the low of that red candle. Of course, you have to wait on that low. Let's just say that's an imaginary line, and that's the low. And that if they got strong buyers, that thing will turn right around and shoot right back up to this high. On a stock that's got some money behind it, that's a good opportunity to make about 30, 40, 50 cents. So that's probably the low right there. So that's the range you would play. If it bounces off of here and starts shooting up, you would get in. Tim, I've never been a book reader. I've been the guy that just digs in there and figures it out. I mean, what worked for somebody else doesn't necessarily work for you. That's why I made this simple thing. If you can follow numbers, if you can watch percentages, if you can watch for a crossover of the lines of green arrows, that's really all you need. Somebody else's book is just somebody else's opinion of what worked for them, but there's no guarantee there. I say don't fill the mind full of garbage you don't need. That's my opinion. Good morning, Coach. Right now, you're watching live data. You're watching as it happens. What happened back here in the past, that's in the past. We're watching current data live. We're watching the future unfold. That's how I like to trade. I want something to tell me what's fixing to happen in the future. Not rely on somebody's thought it's going to repeat what it did in the past. That's not necessarily true, but this is true. I know a lot of people like to have all the bells and whistles and all the pretty colors and all the lines and man, I've seen some disasters where I couldn't even hardly see the price. They had so much stuff on their screen. I don't know how they trade like that. I like a clean appearance. Only the things that I need is on the screen. A lot of people like VWAP. I don't really need it. All I need is activity. I need to know that there's more buyers or more sellers on that stock. That's all I need to know. If you watch those videos over and over and over and you come to these live streams and you watch this happen a few times, I think you'll catch on really quick. It's really not that hard. It's all about volume. It's all about price action. It's about buyers and sellers. That's all it's about. Who's winning the battle? It's a big game. If there's more buyers than sellers, it goes up. If there's more sellers than buyers, it goes down. It don't get any easier than that. So when it notifies us the stock percentage volume is rising, and we look over at the chart and we see the first few candles, then we see arrows start popping in. Then we see the moving average crossover and the separation, and a warning up here or a notification that says, hey, it's very bullish. And a green label down here says there's more buyers than sellers. Your computer's doing the work for you. You just have to learn what it's doing and get in there when you can. I love not searching for stocks anymore. I'll just come here and watch the numbers. Good morning, Scott. And you're welcome. I guess you can say this is the KISS method. Keep it simple. You can see that one I just clicked on the chart. There's the crossover. The green arrows are starting to come in. We have buyers. We have bullish. I'm watching the volume. I want to see this volume pick up. If you like the price, then that's when you start thinking about what you need to do. I don't like it because it's only moving 2 pennies at a number, from 148 to 150. to 152. To me, it's not worth throwing a lot of money in because it's only going to jump a nickel or 7 cents probably. Maybe 10 if you're lucky. Good morning, Kenneth. This stock has weak volume. I'm looking at it right here. I wouldn't even enter yet. There's not enough people in here buying it. You want to see this number flying. You want to slip in here unnoticed and get out before it's over. Crawlers are not any good. Watching these numbers, this is what we do every day. This is step one. We're looking for growing numbers. They can just pop in and freeze. That means just one or two people may have bought some. But if everybody's buying it, it will reflect right here in these numbers. I want to see 1%, 2%, 3%. I want to see these percentages rising. Thank you for joining us, Scott. I like to see the young folks get in here and start learning some financial stuff. It's all about money. That's how you're going to make it the rest of your life. I really wish they taught it in the schools, but they want to keep you broke, I think. The most important thing in life is not in our education system, and that's how to make money. I'll do a walkthrough in about 10 minutes for those of you who are just joining us. While we have some activity here, I'd like to make a few dollars. I want to eat some beans with my rice tonight. I'm waiting on some numbers to pop in. Yes, sir, I'm only going to tell you what you need to know. I'm not going to feed you full of garbage. It's all about timing. And this pretty much tells you the timing. I will say this, though, if you're new and you don't know the very basics, you're not going to find the basics here on this channel. You have to have some kind of knowledge of the stock market. And you can find that on YouTube. Use YouTube as your class. If you don't know what a spread is, go type in spread on YouTube. It'll explain it. If you don't know what moving averages are, you'll find a video on it. If you're stuck on the basics, go learn. You can use YouTube as your free teacher. You don't need to hire a tutor. Raul, yes, I do. You can right-click on the name, go to Edit Formula, change this first number to 0.0 for pre-market. That's very sensitive, and it will pick up everything that's moving in pre-market. Click Apply and OK once you change it. Here's another one doing the same thing. It's set up. It's got the buyers. It's got the volume. I'm not seeing a spike, though. I'd like to see some spikes come in. It's also moving pennies. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, Installer Pro. Every time I get comments like that, it brings joy to my heart. I love what I do. Everybody that wants to tell you the truth about trading want to charge you $4,000 or $5,000. I don't think that's right. I think you need to know. So I'm paying it forward. Good job, Jimmy. And good morning. I guess that's the only time you wish Red Bull was $100 a can, right? As long as you make something, keep practicing. Cut your losers short. If you make a bad decision, don't wait for a turnaround. Just get out. It could cost you too much to hang on. You're going to have those days. We all have them. Even the best traders lose. I'm just making it easier. There's no guarantee here. You could lose all or some of your money. I need you to learn. I don't want to hear you did that. You are welcome. I think everybody's going to soon figure it out. The Lord has blessed us over here. He gave us the right tools. He deserves the credit. He told me to give them away, so I did. My blessings will come. Your blessings will come as well. You really don't want to learn how to lose. You want to learn how to win, but cut your losses short. Stay focused on the upside. Don't focus on the losers. I'm watching the numbers as you should be. Anything that's rising, we want to catch them. That's right, back road. Set a limit. If you're trading small share size and you're down, get out. If you're trading large share size, cut your loss. If you jump in on the rise, you shouldn't have that problem. That means you may have got in too early. But if you're watching that volume really flying and you see green and green everywhere, slip in there in the middle. Your chances of being wrong or decrease dramatically. If it doesn't know where it's going and you're having to think about an entry point, it ain't time to get in yet. You can't force an entry. You can't force a play. You have to join the party when they're all buying. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that trades from his home office. I've been trading since the 1990s. I also write ThinkScript for ThinkorSwim. I write my own programs. I wrote this volume spike indicator. It lets us know as soon as the stock starts moving. You can tell that by these percentages. You just watch the numbers. If they're growing, you click on that stock and you go over here to the chart. And I also created this pullback strategy. What we're watching for is a crossover of these two moving averages. This is the 8. This is the 21. We want to see the 8 cross above the 21. We want to see the green arrows coming in. Just like this, we had a crossover. We had some green arrows. We want to monitor the volume, that the volume is taking off. You're going to see the buyers outnumber the sellers. Have another indicator up here. It says bullish or bearish. And it's measuring this current candle, only this candle. If there's a lot of buyers in it and it's rising, you're going to see bullish. When all of the signals come together, that's when you want to make your decision to buy. Or you can play it in reverse if you are a short seller. It's that easy. You watch numbers, click on it, confirm you have a crossover, confirm there's green arrows, the volume is flying, you have a bullish signal. Try to get in when the rush is going on. Sometimes you may make a little, sometimes you'll make a lot. We can't predict that part. But it's that simple. We're watching these stocks grow as it happens. We're not looking for a repeat of the past. We're predicting the future here. And we can do that by watching these numbers. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, I believe there's a link at the top of your chat window. I don't really know where it is. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join our Discord. There's about 400 people over in Discord. Everybody is helping everybody. We're one big family. There's the link to our Discord. If you're new, watch the videos over and over and over. Pound this stuff into your brain. That's how you learn. Talk to other investors. Send us questions over in support. All of this will help you learn. We want you to be successful here. My goal is to help other investors. I love helping people. The more I give, the more I get blessed. It happens every time. That's what you guys are to do this weekend. Go out there and bless somebody. Help them out. Push them along their way. Let them know it's not as bad as they think. Every good deed you get a blessing for. Good morning, Robert. Watching these numbers, that's all we have to do. If they're growing, we go check them out. Wait for the perfect setup. Don't force a play. Back road one day, this just might get you off the road. If you work it hard enough, slowly build that account up. The bigger it gets, the more you can buy. You get the snowball effect rolling. Just don't be greedy. Be sure of your trade, and it'll go. I remember when I started these live streams, I was lucky to have 3 or 4 people. Look where we are now. I've seen it as high as 97. I saw my YouTube subscribers at 10. Now it's at 1,200. I saw my Discord start with a few people. Now it's at 400. You just have to have patience. Do good deeds and watch it grow. If you missed any part of this live stream, they're all replayable. Just go to the YouTube channel. Turn it on when you're not doing nothing. It's a good education to hear it over and over. You can watch what's happening on the screen. I never quit training myself. As many years as I've been trading, I'm still watching charts. I'm still making scripts. I'm always trying to improve what I already know. I never quit. I don't change strategies. I don't jump around. I perfect one system and stick with it. It's supposed to be the RVOL. I can fix that for you. I did some work on this script, and I didn't change the name back. It's nothing important. There you go. It's the same as the column above it. This is the older script. This is the newer script. One of the subscribers sent me the colorful one, so I'm trying it out. I haven't figured out what the colors mean yet. Good morning, Iron Condor. Watching these numbers grow. Are hoping for some numbers to grow. It's Friday. Fridays are slow, but the education is still here. The education will never stop unless I'm on vacation. Hopefully that's coming soon. Maybe it's because you didn't set it to 0.0. Right click on the name, edit formula, change this number to 0.0. Click apply and OK. We set them to 0.0 for pre-market, and then we go back to the 100.0 at market open. The 100 represents 1% on this column. Stocks will not show up unless they're 1% or greater. If you like 2%, set it to 200. And stocks won't show up unless they're 2% or greater. Waiting for something to move. I'm clicking on all my scans. I'm searching. Nothing quite happening. .0. I don't know what the something else is. I'm sorry, but I can't see your computer. They should be the same. That script has never changed since it was born. There's no updates that I need to do to it. All it's doing is adding and subtracting volume. There's nothing to change other than the 0.0 and the 100, which is the sensitivity. That's all we ever need to change on this one. There will be no updates. It'll stay like that forever. Make sure you didn't change the wrong number one day. Like, did you change this one down here? It should be on 50. This one should be on 100. This one should be on 0.0. James, there's a link right above you, I think, at the top to the Discord. You go over to Discord, there's a channel called Current Setup. It has this screen right here, right there on that channel, Current Setup. Make sure you click the disclaimer when you get to Discord, or you won't be able to see the other channels. Captain, you gotta accept the disclaimer. Click on disclaimer. I had to protect myself. I don't want anybody coming after me because they didn't do the right thing. I'm not seeing any volume on KVUE. Might just be a couple of people getting in. I want to see them pop up in this list. I want to know that there's buyers involved. I don't care about anything but this list. I may miss a few, but that's okay. I have enough to look at over here. You're not going to get all of them, but you'll get most of them. James, you need to go to edit settings, and at the top, make sure you have it set to 1 minute. Right here. Click on the check mark in the box that includes extended hours. That's the only thing that could be wrong. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am an investor that trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder. I program this volume spike indicator. It lets us know the moment a stock starts moving, we just watch these numbers. Once the stock starts rising, I coded this pullback indicator. We wait for a crossover of these moving averages. We confirm that we have a lot of volume coming in. We watch for the buyers to outnumber the sellers. I also have a monitor on this very first candle that's up here. It's either going to say bullish or bearish. You'll see these arrows pop in when this crossover happens. You'll see the separation of these two moving averages. This is the 8, this is the 21. If everything lines up, green up here on the bullish, we have a crossover, the arrows come in. That's when you want to make your decision to enter or not. That's all there is to it. It all starts with step 1 right here. Watch the numbers rising, click on the stock, confirm the crossover. If we have arrows, make sure we have volume and a green indicator saying the buyers are outnumbering the sellers. And this spike is going off green and bullish. This will all come natural to you. Once you watch all of the YouTube videos over and over again, pound it in your brain. Watch these live streams. They give a good view of what's happening. You'll hear me repeat this over and over and over. But that's good. The more you hear it, the more you learn. We just wait for numbers to rise. I got you covered on that Discord. That's the link to the Discord. When you click on it, make sure you click on disclaimer. You have to accept disclaimer to see the other channels. Go over to current setup. That's where everything is. If anybody wants to volunteer, you can copy those links to the YouTube and the Discord and randomly post them for me. That's one less step I have to do. When I see you post them, I'll announce it. I need volunteers. Good morning, Wyatt. Coming up on that 8 o'clock hour. At 8 o'clock, things are going to slow down. Anybody that's in profit in pre-market is probably going to take their profits. They don't want to lose them at market open. So we may see some red come in. About 8:25, we're going to change over to the market open setup. It's only a few clicks from here. It's not a lot to do. But all we do all day long is watch numbers. This is step one. James, I pinned it in the comments. Is it at the top? I need to know that you can get to that. I think you have to click on that ThinkorSwim stock alert scanner at the top. It should take you to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Starting to slow down. Getting closer to that 8 o'clock hour. And if you are unaware, most news comes out at the top of the hour. That's when you really want to pay attention to this spike indicator. If it's good news, you're going to see a spike in that stock. I don't monitor the news. I let everybody else read it. If it's good, it's going to show up right here. You have to click the disclaimer in Discord and accept the terms, or you won't be able to do anything. Let me know if you've already done that and you're still having problems. Captain, I believe it's over in TOS scripts. You're welcome, James, and thank you for your service. My son was Air Force. He's been out about 7 years now. He served under the Obama administration. He couldn't wait to get out. Captain, let me know if that Arval script over in TOS scripts is the old one. If it is, I'll change it out. If it's something that needs my attention, post it in support. Or post it here. Nothing's going on. I don't care. Let me know if you're unable to send a message in Discord. I need to know that. Sounds like you did your time, Back Road. We really appreciate your service. Thank you, Bob. I don't want any links posted in Discord. I don't know what you're trying to post. If you're talking about helping me out and posting the link to Discord and to the YouTube channel, you do that here in the chat. Otherwise, I don't know what link you're trying to post. Earlier, I mentioned if somebody wanted to copy the two links and randomly post them. If that's what you're trying to do, thank you. If that's what you're referencing, I want them posted in this chat to eliminate one of my steps. I see somebody post them, I'll announce them. Getting slow. We're at that 8 o'clock hour. Probably going to see some red come in. We might have a red open since the Fed is in the future. Watching the numbers, that's all we do. It's 8 o'clock, not much activity is going to happen. Go fill that coffee cup. Take your break. I only have so much I can say and I run out of words. I don't want to sound like that green parrot in the background that won't shut up. I think I'm running it on 1%, Big Mike. I don't know what the default setting is on the one when you first load it, but this one is set on 1%. Make sure you save the scan or it won't keep that 1%. This volume spike indicator is globally. Whatever I set this one are, they change on every watch list. I only change one setting. I just have multiple watch lists that it's applied to. Actually, it's 4 different watch lists. But when I change it in one, it changes it in all of them. That's what I mean by globally. So right now, they're all at 0.0. Thank you, Captain. Watching for spike numbers. We got one moving up, but it's not spiking. It does have good volume. That's YS making another move, maybe. I'm not seeing green arrows. I'm not seeing buyers outnumbering the sellers. I'm not seeing a bullish spike. All we have is a crossover and it's looking weak. I think we're just going to have a few jump around until market open. If they're loading up on one, we'll know right here. If we see one increasing, that's probably the one that's going to blast at market open. But that usually don't happen on Fridays. There's VFS and the slow crawlers. It may make another move. It was moving during the week. I'm going to take a 5-minute break here. I'm going to fill my coffee cup. Tell my wife good morning. I'll be back. I am back. I think things are still jumping around. Not really determined to be a market opener yet. I'm seeing a lot of red coming in. That's typical for Friday. That's typical for 8:15. If they're in profit, they're going to take it before market open. Thank you very much, Gregster. That's what it's all about, sharing the wisdom. That's not something you just get instantly. That comes through many years of doing this. I still see things I don't know how to program. Some things you can't program, I guess. I just want some of this heat to go away. I'm ready to get out of this house. It's been over 100 degrees every day. You get out there and you say, oh my God, where did this come from? It's too hot. CRKN is cranking, but it's a penny stock. It's a good one for the penny stock players. And that right there is why I don't play them. Gain a penny, drop a nickel. Scott, I was watching it during the week. I was trying to figure out why it was going up on bad news. There's still some things I don't understand. I guess it's called the stock market. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am an investor that trades from his home office. I'm going to do a walkthrough here for you. This is the volume spike indicator that I created. I am also a ThinkScript coder. This column monitors the volume of the stocks. If they're moving up or down even just a little bit, they're going to pop in right here. This is our pre-market scan. It only works during pre-market. It will turn off shortly after the market opens. But it's watching all of the stocks. All we do is watch the numbers. Once they start growing, we click on them. I also coded the pullback strategy over here. It consists of the 8 moving average and the 21 moving average. They're both exponential. We wait for a crossover. We watch the volume, make sure the volume is growing when that happens. We wait for this indicator to turn over to buyers. It'll be green. This lets you know there's more buyers. There it is. More buyers than sellers. If this candle is spiking, there'll be a indicator that pops up here that says bullish. So it was probably showing through these candles here. You'll also see these green arrows pop in. Once everything comes into play and you're looking at this and you decide to get in, you watch these 2 indicators. I like to see them pointing due north. I like to see separation coming between the lines as the price is rising. When all that comes into play, you have a winner. The only job you have to do is determine your entry point. If the stock doesn't play out for you and you got in and you have doubts, cut your losses short. Whole object is to control your losses. Get out if you're wrong. It's that simple. Don't wait for a recovery. They don't usually happen. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, the link is at the top of the chat. Please subscribe. This is a free channel. It's never going to cost you anything. I'm paying it forward. Once you join the YouTube channel, watch all of the videos over and over again. Pound it into your head. You're only learning one system. That would be this one. If you haven't joined our Discord, I will post a link in the chat. That's a link to the Discord. There's about 400 investors over there. Go join them. If you want to get your screen set up just like mine, just like this, go over to current setup in Discord. Everything is in order for you over there. Just follow the rules. If you're new to Discord, when you join the Discord, make sure you read the disclaimer and accept it, or you won't see the other channels. Anonymous, I don't think he did a part 3. After he couldn't prove me wrong on part 2, I think he gave up. I don't know if that's the reason, but I did inform him that he was using a scalping setup in long term. Maybe he thought he should quit promoting it because TD Ameritrade doesn't allow scalping or day trading. At least they don't on their employees. All I know is that it turned out great. He couldn't prove me wrong. This indicator works. This setup works. You just have to use it. You have to learn it. Once you learn it, you're just watching numbers rise. Once they start rising, you go over here and take a look. If they're a crossover, is there a green arrow? Is it bullish? Is there buyers? And you make your decision to buy. It's that fast. I know that when they hold those features on different people's scripts, they usually come up with a winner. Like he'll say the top 3 or something like that. But after I told him it was for scalping, I really think I turned him off. But everybody loved it. I got many messages in Twitter. Thank you for sharing that. I just wish he would have followed through. And maybe I shouldn't have told him it was for scalping. But the only point I really wanted to hear, could he prove me wrong? And he couldn't. And that was a good thing. That was confirmation. Confirmation is always good. If you haven't seen those videos, look for the one on YouTube that says featured on TD Ameritrade. I have a link down below the video to both of those features they put out. Yeah, I just wish it wasn't a penny stock. It's really not a penny stock, but I don't like the numbers over here on the right. I like nickels and dimes and quarters and 50-cent pieces. But they could pump this up at market open. They could really drive it up there. Be careful of the halts, though. You get stuck in a halt, you could lose what you thought you gained. Anonymous Arval is in TOS scripts. I'm going to go ahead and change over here. Right click on your volume spike, edit formula, change the spike indicator to 100. Click apply and OK. I'm going to change this script up here to the all stocks. I'm going to sort it by mark percent change from highest to lowest. We're only going to monitor the top stocks at market open. Slow crawlers is going to stay the same. It's going to get very volatile in this corner, right in this column. Make sure you're careful at market open. Things jump up and they fall just as fast as they jump up. If you see the perfect setup and you want to take a chance, that's on you. I like waiting on pullbacks. If you look on the screen, this would be a pullback. Once they run up at market open, I like to see them pull back and I'll catch the next run up. To me, that's the safest play. If you're brave, you can grab one at the open, but that's not the way I trade. But you may have it mastered. I don't know. Don't let me talk you out of it. I'm just giving you the warning. Bob, I like to say they're around $2 and down. That's the range I set them at. Because you can have some $2 stocks that jump 20 cents, 25 cents at a time. Just like this CRKN, it might do that at open. So is it really a penny stock at this point? I don't know. I guess it depends on each individual. That's funny, Anonymous. That may happen one day, you never know. My grandson bought me a t-shirt that says, "Some grandpas play bingo, my grandpa rides a motorcycle." Good luck, everybody. Lots of green on the board. This is where you got to be careful. They will spike down just as fast as they spike up. Just like CKRN just did, CRKN. I'm going to say it's going to go into a halt. That's providing it keeps going. I like to wait on it to calm down. I don't like gambling with my money. CRKN is at the top of the list. That would be a nice pullback if it matures. There's the high. There's the low of that candle. If it breaks through this line, it's going to probably take off and halt. There's another green arrow popping in, but I see bullish turning red and green. Let's see who wins the battle here, the sellers or the buyers. That's what it's all about. I'm watching the bullish spike over here. I'm watching this volume label. I'm watching these sellers kicked in right here. I see that we don't have a spike and it's bearish. We have a bearish spike. That's really not good news. I'm seeing that the market rush is turning red. That means the majority's pulling back. They were only bounces at the open. That's why you don't want to get trapped. That's one of them penny movers. Let's watch the top percent gainer here. Let's see if we can get it to turn around, maybe make a play out of it. I don't like that this 8 moving average is rolling over. That's showing weakness. I do like that the buyers keep popping in, though. If we can hold this price level, we may get one more run out of it. Or maybe 2. I'm not a fortune teller. And it's Friday, it might not do anything. The firm is moving up. This would have been a good play, but I saw it was lost in the list. You can't catch them all. I would wait for a pullback. That's what I would do. Right now, we don't know if we're at the top of the run or if it's going to run more. We've got another flow of green coming in. That means they went up, it turned red, they pulled back, they are running up again. This column will come in waves as the market settles down. They'll keep coming in and disappearing, and coming in and disappearing. I'm seeing every stock looks like this. They popped up and they're just holding. We definitely have multiple choice. Once you're set up on your computer, trade off of your system. Don't trade off of mine. It is delayed. You can lose money trading off of this live stream. Don't chance it. It's not worth it. If you don't have this set up yet, you're missing out. I'm telling you, it works. All you have to do is click on the green ones. This looks good. Or it did. Everything's dying out. A firm may still be rising or trying to. That's a nice pullback. I should have kept watching it. Could have got in here at the bottom. It's at a high. Just set a new high. It needs a break above, though. Not just sit there and bounce. We need a volume spike. We need this label to come up. See some sellers trying to come in. This was a really weak pullback. I'd love to see it drop about into this zone somewhere. That would be a good entry for a bounce. We are dying down, but there may be another flow come soon. It may load up again. Since the market calmed down, reach up there and click on your spike and bring them back to the top. You should be checking out all of these stocks on your system. I'm not going to do it on the live stream. I'm trying to focus on one or two. You should be looking for that perfect setup right when the crossover occurs. If it's strong with volume and green everywhere, that's when you would want to make your decision. The firm is looking nice and strong. It's healthy. Look at the width between those lines. Look at the direction pointing north. It just made a new high. I don't like that it's struggling here at the top. Would be a risky play. It pulled back, went up one candle, pulled back, went up two candles, and now it's pulling back. It may be at resistance up there. Maybe we'll get that pullback to this level. This was originally a high. We need a crossover here. We need arrows to come in. We do have volume. See, RKN never got off the ground. The firm has ran into resistance. GNS just bounced around. That one really don't have the volume. That one fell. That's a penny stock play. It looks impressive, but it's only 2 cents. 130 to 132. If you like penny stocks, that's your winner. So the whole key is to create your scan in your price range. If you only buy stocks between $5 and $10, set your minimum to $5, set your maximum to $10, and limit your choices here. And you won't get lost at market open and all of the stocks moving. I have mine set to a broader range so that I can accompany everybody. It's hard for me to trade off of it. It's probably hard for you to make heads or tails out of it. But set the price range you like to trade in all of your scans and only monitor that price range. It'll cut down on a lot of noise in this column. Right now, it makes me look like I ain't doing the right thing, but I am. I'm just catering to everybody. It's very important you trade your price range in your scans. You may only get a few, but they'll be in your price range. That's what you want to see. It looks like somebody's lowering the flag to me. They're taking it off the pole. I've been waiting on a slow crawler to pop up. See if we can get something here. There's GPS. We looked at it earlier. This is a typical Friday. Everything goes green, jumps up at the open. Hopefully nobody got trapped when it all fell. If there was strong stocks, we would still have them moving in this column. They've disappeared. That means there was only a jump at the open. Getting close to that 9 o'clock hour, I can assure you the market is going to die. It's been dying at 9 o'clock every day. We're looking for what's left over that may rise. That one's only moving pennies. That one's going down. That one don't know where it wants to go. These are the survivors. That one's only moving pennies. They are down here in the slow crawl as well. They seem to be the cheaper stocks. That one's definitely a slow crawler. The firm is holding the price. We could get more out of it. It's holding that price level. Every time we see that, they usually shoot up. But don't take my word for it. This is the stock market on a Friday. Getting close to 9 o'clock. This is what happens. Yeah, it's been slowing down for the last 10 minutes. Everybody's probably going to go to cash before he opens his mouth. If you're new here, all we do is watch volume spikes. We look for the green ones if you're buying, the red ones if you're selling. Once we have volume spike, we watch for this crossover of the moving averages. Once we have the 8 above the 21 and you see these arrows start coming in and you see the volume bar taking off and we have these buyers are outnumbering the sellers. And we have a bullish signal here on the current candle. Let's just say this is the current candle. If it's bullish, that's when you would make your decision to buy. As long as you have width coming between, distance becoming between these two lines, the stock is strong. You can hang on for the ride. The whole object is to catch them down at the bottom. That's why I suggest you limit these scans to your price range so you're not battling the whole market like I'm doing. Trade in your price range, limit your stocks. It won't be so volatile for you. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. Everything is free. I'll never charge you. Watch the videos over and over and over. Learn what I've done here. It's going to benefit you. Join our Discord. There's about 400 investors over there. There's the link to the Discord. Make sure you agree to the disclaimer or you won't be able to view the rooms. And I appreciate you joining us this morning. I'm going to say if the Fed doesn't destroy the market, that a firm is probably going to go up a little bit more. That's my prediction. Depends on what the Fed says. Good morning, Shayo. We're feeding a lot of data into your system with these scripts. You have to empty the garbage every now and then. There's a lot of calculating going on this volume spike indicator. It's pulling the data. Every now and then you'll see it say loading. If it does that, empty your trash. Try not to display too many stocks. 50 seems to be a good number. So go to your scans, and where it says display, limit it to 50. You're not going to miss out on the ones you're not displaying. It's only you're just displaying the top 50. You're not saying only show me 50. You're still going to get them all. Just don't try to display too many you can't see on your screen anyway. If you need a break or need more coffee, now's a good time to do it. Hopefully the Fed says everything's good, the market's rising. You know that's not going to happen. Anonymous, you may need to just sign out and sign back in. See, me and Jay's thinking the same thing. ThinkorSwim's not perfect. I'll overlook its imperfections. It does what I need it to do. Sure would be nice to see a firm pull back to that 1649 level and then the Fed give us good news. That would be nice for a Friday. Mike can get a good paycheck out of it. Have a blessed weekend, Greg. We appreciate you joining us this morning and every morning. Sheo, was it working in the past? If you're talking about the bullish and the bearish above the candles, it's only going to show up when there's enough spike there for it to show up. It doesn't display all the time. It pops in when it needs to. Make sure you right-click on the name and make sure you got everything correct. It should be on 1 minute. You should have a check in that extended hours. Make sure that you didn't mess these numbers up. They should be either 0.0 or 100.0. There's really no other settings for it. If that doesn't work, maybe you should reload it. I never change anything on it, so it's going to be on your end. There's something on your end that you're not doing correctly, or maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe you need to restart. I don't know what's going on your end. It's hard for me to predict that. But this script is the same no matter where you copy it from. It's always the same. It never gets updated. The only changes that are made are the changes we make manually on the percent spike. If this is your first time here, I end the stream about 9:30. If you missed the setups that I did throughout the live stream, you can replay this video as soon as the live stream is over. Several times through the video, I do the walkthrough. I explain everything that you see. I'm currently waiting to see what a firm's going to do. I like that it's holding this level. I'm hoping the Fed says that everything is good and it takes off again. I'm just waiting. Chris, you can go over to Discord and click on TOS-scans. It's already preset. You just have to load it. That is correct, but it still should work at market open. The sensitivity has nothing to do with it displaying or not displaying. If it's at 00, it should display more and more often than if it's at 100.0. But yes, the 0.0, we use it mostly in pre-market. But it should have no effect on if it's displaying or not. You can see mine's not displaying anything right now because there's nothing to display. There are no spikes. There will be moments of pause. It's only going to alert you if they're moving. If they're just dormant, it's not going to show you anything. I'm going to watch a firm here. I'm a firm believer. It seems to be doing what I want it to do. It's holding this price range. I can see it's creeping up. Everybody's expecting good news. I would love to see some spikes come in. There's a retest of that level. It did not break through. I'm going to take a shot at it. I'll take that. I called it. I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing over here. I hardly ever trade on Fridays. Seem to don't get much gains out of things. I just went small share size. I didn't make a whole lot. $55. But that's lunch. I'm sorry, my mic turned off. I'll explain it to you again. I played this stock because I seen the crossover of the moving averages. I didn't have any spike arrows, but I knew I'd been watching this stock since it was holding that level. I knew that it had the potential to go more. When it broke through that level, I waited on the pullback of this green candle. I entered, and when it bounced up, I got out. That all comes with experience. I wasn't watching percentages or nothing. I had my crossover. It would have been better if I had the green arrows. But just through experience, I know that when they break through a level and they pull back and they can't get through that level, they're going to bounce up. That's what I played. I played the pullback on that candle. You have to learn this over time. It would have been nice for me to have arrows, but I didn't have the arrows, so I played knowledge, I played wisdom, and jumped in. You'll gain that knowledge. You just have to keep practicing. Everything will start coming natural. So whenever you see something like this, it's a good idea to keep an eye on them. I was kind of hoping it would pull back and bust off of this level, and it almost did, but I didn't have the crossover, so I didn't play it at all. I waited for confirmation here. I seen the lines getting wider, but that's a kind of trade that you have to know what you're doing. You've had to played it before. It doesn't always work, but it works most of the time. And that's all I need is most of the time. You're welcome, Anonymous. I didn't get the gain out of it I wanted, but I didn't get skunked either. I still made a little. I'm happy with $55. That buys a hamburger at the local joint. But if you do that 3 or 4 times a day, you'll end up with $300 or $400. But you have to know what you're doing. You have to have market knowledge. It's not just about these indicators. You have to know price action. You have to know support and resistance lines. You have to understand moving averages. When everything lines up, that's when you pull the trigger. We have about 3 minutes to go before I sign off. I appreciate everyone that joined today. I hope you learned a little bit more. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the link at the top of the chat box. Here's the link to the Discord. Join the Discord. Join those other investors over there. They'll help you out. We have a support channel over there if you have any questions or get stuck. If I can't help you in support, somebody else may help you. We all help each other. Everybody have a blessed weekend. Say your prayers for next week. We may need it. And I really appreciate you joining us. Glad I could share my knowledge for you. Teach you a simple way to invest. But it's up to you to go learn. Go watch the videos. I'm not having to prove anything to you. I'm showing you that it's working. It's up to you to learn it. Thank you, everyone. I'm probably going to have a long weekend here. I think I'm just going to cut the trading for today. Maybe take the lunch out for the wife out for lunch. Or maybe I should have her take me out. Anyhow, I'll get lunch some way. Okay, guys, as always, God bless. Have a good weekend. I'm out.